Hello, YouTubers. The new Time Travel Hyman 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. This time we're going to look at Doctor Who's Shada with more than 30 years in the Tardis. This is an excellent story. I really love it. Yep. This DVD review is requested by Blakey Boys Cool. Thank you very much for the request. This unfinished story was going to originally air on January 19th through February 23rd, 1980. Which sadly never happens. Let's begin with the plot, shall we? On the think tank space station, Dr. Shada used a spectacle device to drain the minds of his colleagues and depart in his spaceship for Earth, leaving an automatic quarantine message running. In Cambridge, 1979, Professor Notice had a visit from one of his students, Chris Parson, who leaves with the wrong book. The Dr. Romana, after enjoying a spot of punting, they are observed by Shada and distracted by the voices from the spear he's carrying. They visit the professor. Chris discovered that the book is written in completely alien script. He analyzed the book with instruments that make it smoke and glow. Professor reveals to Romana he is an elderly Time Lord who has retired to Earth and has been living in the same Cambridge room for 300 years. The doctor asks him why he is summoned by him to Cambridge, but the professor can't remember. He later recalled the need the doctor's help finding the book. Shada steals a car and the driver's ability to drive. The professor reveals the missing book is one he brought from Gallifrey. Shada drives out to the field where his spaceship is concealed and visible to the human eye. The professor confessed that the book he took was the warship and the ancient laws of Gallifrey, which dated back to the time of Rassilon, and has the credible powers. The Shada reveals the word that already from his carrying ship commanded by the massive Crag. The doctor and Romana search the professor's room for the book. They discuss Time Lord law. This reminds them of the Time Lord criminal Salvin, a boyhood hero of the doctor. The professor asks about his contemporary. Salvin recalls Chris Parsons' visit and wonders if he has borrowed the book by accident. Chris and his friend Claire Cantley analyze the book as the doctor cycles across Cambridge to the lab. Shada, now wearing contemporary clothes, comes to the professor's college seeking him while Romana looks in the TARDIS for milk so they can have tea. Shada arrives for the book. He sets the spear on the professor, stealing a part of his mind. The doctor meets Claire at the lab and examines the book. Romana and K9 find the collapsed professor. As Chris Parson arrives using the TARDIS medical kit, Romana tries to stabilize the professor's condition. The doctor and Claire discover that the book carbon dates as 20,000 years old. Shada scans his copy of the professor's mind for a trace of the book, but finds nothing. Professor beats out a message to Romana on his heart in Gallifreyan Morse code, telling her to beware the spear. Shada and Shada, but die before he can reveal where the secret is. Shada meets the doctor, trying to return the book to the professor, and has the spear push him on a bike through Cambridge. During the chase, the book is dislodged from its basket and retrieved by Shada. Forced to run away, the doctor is cornered by the spear. He tried to escape under the gate, but the spear approaching him began to steal his mind. Romana arrives in the TARDIS to rescue the doctor. They return to the professor's room, where Chris reports that the professor's body disappeared. The doctor decides that he needs to speak with Shada. K9 tracks the spear to Shada's ship. Claire worries about the danger that the book may pose comes to Professor's room to find it empty. The TARDIS materializes apparently empty field which holds Shaga's invisible ship. When they enter, Shaga takes them prisoner. He tells them he is interested only in Professor's mind. He trying to force the Doctor to decode the book and sets him on the spear to take his mind. K9 failed to blast out of the cell. Romana, Chris, and he are held in held in. K9 picks up the spear, signal to detect the Doctor among his voice. Romana is transported the cell and taken to the TARDIS by Sagra, which he forced her to take it. While searching Professor's room for the missing book, Claire concealed the control panels and accidentally triggers an explosion. The Doctor awakes on the ship and explains to his computer how he survived. The spear took the copy of his mind. Wilkin, the college porter, comes to the Professor's room. When he opens the door, he doesn't find the room, but the swirling time vortex. The Doctor tried to persuade the ship to release companions, but they decide that the spear must succeed the task of killing the Doctor to conserve and resort and turn off oxygen support. Chris and K9 are transported out of the cell. The ship detects and reacts to oxygen supply. The TARDIS arrive at Craig's carrying ship, and Romana sees the crags being grown, and another crag start to form. Shaga's ship, the Doctor boosts the power ship to allow the cross space quickly. In the Professor's room, Claire awakens. She is startled by the Professor dressed in a nightshirt. Skagra is unable to translate the book with the Doctor's mind in the spear. The Professor explained to Claire that his room are his TARDIS, an interface to save his life. The Professor must decide to find Sagra to save the book, which the key to Shada. The Time Lord's prison has been forgotten. The Doctor and Chris are attacked by Crag, but K9 holds off, allowing them to explore the think tank complex. When they arrived, they found the aged body of Sagra's former colleague. The page book influenced the TARDIS. He realized turning the last page the book will take him to Shada. Will he find the Time Lord criminal who is crucial to his plans? The Doctor used Chris' brain power to revert one of the scientists, the neurological Saldra. He explained how Shaga set up the think tank pool, the resource to the mind electrical reality. K9 loses his fight against the crack and driven into the think tank by the massive creature which now invades the Doctor. The crack strike the machinery, the think tank creating a huge cloud of smoke. This allowed the Doctor, K9, and Chris to escape back to the Sagra ship. Just leaving the think tank station explode. The ship now pursued to take the Doctor to Sagra's home while trying to repair Professor's ship, who asks who Salvin is. Claire asks. The Professor placed the knowledge that Claire needs to repair the TARDIS in her head telepathically. Sagra's ship takes the Doctor's ship to Kaga carrying ship, where they're captured by Sagra. Reveal the plan to take over the universe on his mind. The Doctor staged for an escape while Chris and K9, but Romana is dragged back to the TARDIS by Sagra. Fleeing down the corridors of the ship, the Doctor and company find the old wooden door and go through it. They are in Professor Chronos' room TARDIS. Professor known that the book and TARDIS that Shaga could travel to Shada was actually what he does. Professor TARDIS arrives with K9. The Doctor and him, Shagra starts reviving the prisoners as the Doctor arrives. When they open Salvin's cell, they find it empty. The Professor admits he is Salvin and he escaped centuries ago and using his power to make Time Lord forget about Shada. The spear attacked the professor but destroyed by K9. However, it reforms into several small spears, one of which attached himself to the professor. It sinks to the floor. Shaga's control Chris and Claire arrive, but Chris is taken under control of the spear. The prisoner that he advanced on the doctor. K9 fires the prisoner during the driving them back. He is thrown aside by Crag. The doctor, Romana, Claire, grab K9 and flee the professor, Tardis, and Romana reminds the doctor that his mind inside Shaga's machine too. Shaga returns to the Tardis and tells the former prisoner that they will return to the carrion ship and be distributed through the universe to a further revolution. The doctor follows his Tardis in the professor's he captured in the force field and has himself placed in a time vortex. The doctor began crossing his journey. Romana deactivates Crag's generating equipment, tipping the gas out using to destroy the Crag. Shagra flees to the ship, but is taken prisoner by his ship's computer, which now decide to serve the doctor. The doctor promised to return the prisoners to Shada and summon the Time Lord. He returned to his and the professor's Tardis to Earth. This confusion Wilkins, who has returned with a policeman to find the room back in its usual place, and the professor is taking tea with his guests. Yep, I really love this story. Let's get on to the feature, shall we? Here we have some still pictures, by the way. On the DVD, we have the bonus BBC interactive flash version of Shada. The animated webcast was done in 2003. You can put that on the computer. Taken Out of Time. Strike, strike, strike. Now and Then. Being a Girl. The woman represented in Doctor Who. Photo galleries. More Than 30 Years in a TARDIS. A 1993 documentary. Remembering Nicholas Courtney, Doctor Who Story, Peter Purves, The Lambert Tapes, Part 1, Those Deadly Divas, PDF materials, production subtitles, and so forth. It was going to originally intended to be transmitted on January 19th through February 23rd, 1980, but sadly it did not. It was canceled due to an industrial dispute. It was released on VHS in 1992. I love this clear casing, by the way. Here's disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. Now, a lot of people did not like this casing, but if you have trouble, get this disc out of there. Hooniverse, Reviewniverse, I'm here to help you. You press this fun, see my finger at? You push this down. And there we go. You take this disc out for disc 2. You get this documentary out on disc 3. You push this down again. See? Same thing for disc 1. There. Now, unlike the UK release, the North America did not release this on a box set, the Legend box set, Legacy set box set, excuse me. Warner Brothers says it will cost them too much money, so they put this 3 discs into 1 DVD, so that's why you call Shada instead of the Legend set. Well, that's it for this review, because I was going to upload it on my computer last night, but it told me it will not take it because it no longer holds 15 minutes. So that's it. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.